by controlling your presence in the space. Please mute if you're not speaking. If you are speaking we may mute you just to ensure that we don't have any feedback, and also to respect our speaker's presentation. Respect our speakers' opinions, which don't necessarily reflect all of those of XR Women or our leadership. And please use the raise hand to ask questions. We will have a question period at the end where you can contribute and share your thoughts about the presentation. And of course, please be sure to connect with others and collaborate to make the future better for all of us through this technology. So first things first is to thank all of our sponsors. We've had some additional support within our community, and I'd like to just a special thanks to Slice 325 and Med Micromaps, as well as some of the other companies that continue to sponsor and support our mission on a weekly basis here. So thank you so much to all that do provide the space for us to continue to learn and connect in the way that we do. We have platform partners as well as our student chapters, Ringling College of Art and Design and SCAD. We also have award sponsors like Drs. Mary Hawksworth and Philip Alperson and Looking Glass, who will be helping us sponsor the awards coming up at AWE. Please don't forget that once you leave here today, the learning journey does continue. We are diligent at today, we're actually live streaming to our YouTube channel, as well as the content that we do have on a weekly basis we put up for those who do miss our live events on Wednesday. And so please be sure to check out our channel, make sure you subscribe, watch the content, share the content. It's always good to hear what you learn and your perspectives. And even now, as things are accelerating on such a crazy pace, if you come across something that may not be as relevant, or it's changed, or something like that, I think it's really important that we start to acknowledge how this technology has evolved. And a lot of our content that we've covered over the last 4.5 years, yes, we've been going for 4.5 years and 220 events, it has changed, or there has been a workflow. So, keep an eye out for those things that have changed in the ecosystem. We'd love to hear from you about that. Make sure when you're here to visit our museum and gallery. Juliana Lowe is our featured immersive artist with Window to Wonder, and it's located over here, just over my avatar's right shoulder into that space. So make sure you take some time to take a look through there. My motivation of the week this week comes from somebody actually shared with me. Hold on a second. I think I'm getting a bit of feedback on myself here. I'm not sure. Just a second. Leona, sorry, just going to mute you there. Okay. So motivation of the week. Time, knowledge, and money are your currencies. When one runs low, invest the other two. With purpose and strategy, you're never out of options. So, in life, you're never truly out of resources. Just sometimes only out of perspective. So time, knowledge, money are your core currencies. So, learn relentlessly, spend intentionally, and use your time with purpose. And that's how you build unstoppable momentum. So that's my message of motivation for everybody this week, and hope it resonates with you and you take that with you and apply in your life. Thank you. If you're in Chicago today, if you are based there, the VR AR Chicago is having an event today from 2 to 8 p.m. live in person at University Technology Park. If anybody's going to be there, or if you don't have anything to do, which many don't, but if you are in Chicago, there is an event there that XR Women is proud to support. We are all heading to AWE next week. So this is our event of the year. It's Augmented World Expo. For any of those who are not familiar with Augmented World Expo, we have our 5th annual XR Women Awards, which will be taking place next week, next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time That's June 11th, and we'll be in the Nexus stage announcing our winners for the new year. And we're super excited to be able to host this event, as well as we also have a booth. And we'll be located at 618, booth number 618. Please come and stop by, visit us, hang out with us. We're going to make it the coolest spot on the trade show floor to hang out. So please do stop by. Wear your XR Women gear, especially on June 11th, and look forward to seeing you there. As for our virtual event, we are not having a formal event. If anybody would like to come into this space, which is always open, the Frame Museum is always open. So please feel free to come here, connect, chat with, please feel free to use this and connect and collaborate, network on your own, and we'll make sure that others around the world are aware that this space is still open, so that if you're not attending AWE, you still have a place next Wednesday to connect and learn. And I look forward to seeing everybody next week, and it should be a lot of fun. And we'll bring back our learnings and share with the community. So next up, June 18th, after we get back, we have Shemeka McNeil, and we're going to be in Engage, and she's going to be talking about a fresh approach to health, environment, and immersive learning. And that'll be, as I said, in Engage. So, all right. And now for our feature presentation, we're going to hear from Dr. Irina Raicu. And I believe she's here up on the stage with me, but I'm going to do the intro, and then I just need to switch over to her presentation. So I'll do the introduction first. Dr. Irina Raicu is someone who believes in technology should help people, not replace them. So as an AI advisor at Microsoft, she helps teams use AI tools like Copilot to work smarter, spark ideas, and make their work easier. Through her creative production agency, AI Vergent, Irina partners with brands to bring bold ideas to life, creating videos, photos, and campaigns that combine creativity, AI, and storytelling. Irina is also the founder of the Institute for Applied AI, where she partners with some of the best minds in the world to create AI educational programs for designers, creators, marketers, and business leaders, teaching them how to use AI in practical, production-ready ways and overcome real-world challenges. Since 2019, Irina has worked with AI as both an artist and fashion designer, earning recognition from brands like Meta, L'Oreal, and Tommy Hilfiger for her innovative work at the intersection of technology and creativity. But beyond the titles and awards, Irina's mission is simple: to inspire people to dream bigger, rediscover themselves, and become whoever they want to be, with AI as their creative partner. Thank you, Irina, for joining us today. So good to have you. And please let me know. That we can hear you. And I am going to put your presentation up on the screen.
Thank you so much, Julie. Hi, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you today. And I'm very, very happy and very excited. And I hope you will find very useful all the talk that I will provide today about the intersection of AI and creativity. And Julie, please let me know when I can see the presentation on the screen so we can see.
Yep, I think we're all good. I just need to make sure you've got your megaphone on. Everything is good. I am actually going to come over here to the side so that I'm not blocking the view, and we're all good to go. Just tell me when you want me to advance the slide, and I'll go from there. And the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as I was prepared for this talk, I found myself thinking a lot about the creativity and where it comes from. And for me, it all started in my mom's atelier when I was a kid. I loved to sketch and design clothes and imagine like endless possibilities. And that spark of creativity was always there. And I learned that over time, turning an idea into something real takes more than inspiration. It takes practice, it takes effort, and the right tools to put in practice that idea. And this is what I want also to share with you today, the role of AI in creativity in our lives. the challenges, and how AI can amplify our imagination. And Julie, if you can go to the next three slides. I just put here like two images of myself to describe my AI story. I love to say that one of my favorite quote is that the machines may not think or feel, but in human hands they become instruments of beauty. And on the left you have me at 7 years old. I was presenting on a runaway fashion show for one of the biggest fashion designers here in Romania. I'm from Romania, from Bucharest. And on the right is my AI version that I hope it will live forever. It's an artwork that I've been created last year with my data from Instagram. And I believe that AI, especially for me, really helped me to rediscover myself in multiple ways, because even if I come from a technical background, I follow a computer science career path, including a PhD in AI. In the moment that I discovered art, it really helped me from multiple points of view to see things in a different way, to be more, let's say, divergent way of thinking, and connecting the dots in another way. So I strongly believe that art should be part of all our lives, and I believe AI really opens the door today for you to really reimagine what you want to do and how you will let AI to amplify you. And moving forward, I want to show you some of my very first beginnings in AI art, my artistic roots, if I can say like this. So, Julie, if you please can, we can go further. One more slide, please. This is one of the first AI artworks that I've been creating back in 2019. And I was discovering these new techniques of creating art with AI during my PhD. I was looking for new types of neural networks, and I've been discovering this type of neural network that is called style transfer. It's exactly what we used to have in the early days of Photoshop, the filter that combines the features from two images. And at that moment, I realized that for me it's very important. How can I use AI to work and to have some results, some artworks that are closely to the visual art? Because at that moment, the art that you could create with AI was not very clean, was not following a certain composition like in art, was very messy. So my objective in that moment was not to reinvent the wheel, but to use these existing neural networks and try to get some artworks that are really closely to the visual art, to what we see today. If we can move forward, please. The next generation of neural networks were called GANs, and the first neural network that will allow you to input text into the parameters was called VQGAN. So this is the very first neural network before diffusion models. Diffusion models is what we have today in these type of models deployed by OpenAI, such as DALI, Stable Diffusion. So all the existing platform of today, they are following a complex architecture and a neural network based on diffusion models. But was the very beginning of this architecture that allow me not only that specific architecture neural network to learn from a large amount of data, which were just images, but also to infuse it with the text. And for me, it was very fascinating because I used to spend up to 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks for just one single artwork. It was very hard to put the right parameters, which, by the way, I had to think in terms of brushes that at that moment were some probabilities that I have to play with in order to achieve a result that in the past I used to think in another way about it when it comes of visual art. So for me, it really changed the way that I'm thinking, and it really changed the process actually that I used in order to obtain such results. Can we move on, please? And this is also one of the animations that I did based on the previous artworks created at that moment. The next slide will show you one of the first artworks that I did it for a big event here in Romania. It's for the French embassy here in Bucharest. We have annually a business event composed of over 600 people, and I was presenting this artwork back in 2022. The next slide, please. And this was the final result, because I didn't want it to keep the artworks just as a digital. My technique indeed is digital because I'm creating using a computer, but also I believe that the truly connection to that specific artwork, it's also when you look on it, like when you have it in front of you. So my objective at that moment was to have the both sides, the digital version and also the real and printed version. Here I used a special technique that is called gicle, and the printing is a museum type of paper which lasts up to 100 years, and it represents perfectly the pigmentation that we have and the equivalence of the colors we have on the digital. Next slide, please. This is also one of the first artworks that I've been created back in 2021. And I had the opportunity also to win several prizes with it. Behind the artwork is a concept that is truly resonates with me and my passion and my values. It's around the climate change concept. I love to protect the nature, so I'm a big lover of the nature, and I really love to support all the climate changes opportunities and challenges, and organizations that are involving a lot of efforts into it, because I believe that is necessary to contribute to keep the nature and to overcome the current challenges that we have with the climate change. And this is one of the artworks that is part of one of the biggest projects that I've been doing in this sense. And I try to imagine how beautiful the nature is and how it takes these new forms when the human is not around and not hurting the nature. And these were some fascinating forms that at the moment I managed to create with AI. Next slide, please. Moving forward, also in 2022, this is one of the artworks that have been created for Airbus for an event dedicated to the women back in October 2022. Next slide, please. And this is where we are getting much more closer to where we are today. So this is the diffusion models that we had in 2023, and already almost everyone had access to these amazing tools to create artworks. And this is one of the exhibitions of the artworks that have been selected for a private NFT event organized by L'Oreal in New York, and it was called Beauty Beyond Human, and I had the chance to participate to that one. Moving forward, please. And this is one of the biggest milestones of my artistic career, in the sense that I'm the first winner of AI fashion design competition that Tommy Hilfiger organized during the Metaverse Fashion Week in February 2023. And they created this jacket that was into a limited edition of 100 NFTs, and it was sold out in less than 1 hour. And it was my very first beginning and validation, if I can say so, in terms of AI fashion design. So from here, I think it started everything. And even if I was earlier into the game from 2019, as I mentioned, uh, my artistic spark was just personal, but I did never took some classes into this. So I had to learn and to keep up with the real artist, because I really wanted and I felt that I need to follow this path. But for almost 4 years later on, I started to get the industry appreciation, which makes me feel very, very great and confident that I should follow also this path. And moving forward, I want also to highlight what means for me to make an art valuable, because this is a question that is on everyone is asking nowadays. It became very easily to create an artwork. You are just going and access an AI tool, and it's almost very fast to prompt and obtain something. But it's truly that art, and how we make sure that the art is valuable. And I'm thinking also in a on the classic art, because I do really appreciate everything that it's manually done and human craft, and I'm not trying to do an equivalence between them. I truly believe they are different and they should stay like this. But I'm wondering, and I was asking myself, what makes an art to be valuable? And as I mentioned, I truly believe that we all have an idea. We all have this spark inside us. But what takes us to really create something valuable is the entire process that we must master in order to put on paper, to paint, or even to prompt or create and have different techniques to create an artwork. And I said from the very beginning that I believe AI art can really be valuable if it has a specific and a big amount of human involvement into it, not only what the machine is giving to me based on several pairs of words. So during my artistic process from all these years, I try to come with some artworks that I designed by hand, some sketches, some personal sketches. And using these AI tools during this time, I managed to select and to have some specific data sets that are related to me. So I'm making sure that every outcomes and every artwork that I'm creating is valuable and is not very easy to be reproduced by AI. And I feel that for me personally, this is what art makes you valuable. The person who is doing this, first of all, and the complexity as well of the process to put in place all these steps in order to obtain a specific outcome. The next slide, please. And of course, I didn't stop just by using existing tools, and I always try to integrate what I believe that is necessary in the artistic world, my personal signature. And I started by creating also back in 2023, 2024 at the beginning. This type of customization of my tools. So one of the tools that I created was the fashion designer assistant, with all my artworks that I've been creating fashion designs. And then at Cannes Lions last year, I was invited as a speaker, and I wanted to dress up into something special and create like an immersive experience. So together with tech startup here locally, we developed a 3D printed bracelet, and I had a T-shirt with a tablet. Unfortunately, I met them too late, with like 2 weeks before going to Cannes, so we didn't have enough time to order the specific components from different parts of the world. So the tablet was the only one that resonated with us. But the idea I shared with everyone during my speech was like, AI can really help me to to contribute to my mood, to really help me to be original and to express myself better. For instance, maybe during the morning I want to have a specific artwork on my t-shirt, and then using vocal commands and connecting to my own application, I want another design to be displayed. And this is very fascinating for me, this idea of combining this type of hyper personalization and creativity and AI. Next slide, please. Another use case. So here is where I get started to work with real brands. And this is a brand from Italy that I worked with in 2023. And having this tech background, I noticed that we can't use the existing tools like Midjourney just by prompting and obtain some results that are personalized and they are respecting a brand identity. So I started to collect some data from the brand. What you see on the left is the brand data, the real data, and on the right there are the results that I managed to obtain by fine tuning and by creating an algorithm that was learning that brand personality and identity based on the data that they provide us. And then they transform the designs from the right that have been generated with AI in real life, as you can see on the left. And from here I started to think how AI can get into the production workflows, because it's very hard. And even today we face these challenges in respecting our brand identity, our brand personality, to respect our brand and not to modify it, and also to take into consideration the ethics that are behind the scenes, because developing personalized algorithms will allow us to work only on that specific data from that specific brand. So we won't have inferences with other data that have been using the other models' images, for instance. And for me and for the entire industry, I believe it's a very important concern and very important aspect to focus on. Moving forward, these are some artworks that I've been creating last year, also for Cannes. I had a small part where I could exhibit some of the artworks. So this is what I did and how my artistic style evolved over the years. The next slide, please. And this is a fashion collection that I presented last year in October during the London Fashion Week. They organized a digital session, and this is what I created, inspired from my own country folk traditions. And I tried to create, and the people were able to use an application that could wear in a digital way these outfits. Moving forward, please. Also, in terms of innovation, here, also in terms of innovation, last year it was the very beginning of what we used to call today the agentic world. Okay, and
Sorry, there you go.
and this is one of I thought, okay, what I can do in this agentic world as an artist. So we are facing as an artist today a lot of challenges because we can't express so well our creativity, usually just typing, just conversational. So I thought that it will be interesting to see how I can use AI tools and these AI tools to be hyper personalized and recognize my own voice, my own artistic capabilities, and to be dedicated for me. So I don't want to put in prompt another type of artist or to AI to bring me as an image at the end, an image that I'm not sure what kind of elements AI will integrate there and won't represent me as an artist. So in that video was presented to the CVPR last year. It's the biggest computer vision competition in the world, and I presented the first world artist multi-agentic system where I can go as an artist, put my art there, my voice and everything, and I can create different types of creative assets. Moving forward, this is one of the projects that I've been doing because from the artistic part, I evolved naturally into an entrepreneur. I always wanted to do this, and I always wanted to work with the best people in the world. So I created a creative team, and we work for different types of projects from fintech, banking in the creative space. I never thought I will go there, but here I am. To VCs, and we are delivering especially video production and different type of creative assets that I will show you in a bit. And this is one of the videos that we created last year for a VC from the US. They are investing in biotechnology, and they wanted a video to highlight their activity for an event they organized. Moving forward, I want to share with you the quality of the outcomes that we can obtain today. This is what we did for an agency, for a local agency, for the content creation for ads with different products. Moving forward, please. The next slide. This is one of the projects that we created for the skincare part. We have a big industry, especially here in Europe. And this is one of the biggest distributors of Korean products in Romania. And we did several campaigns for them. And moving forward, on the next slide. And these are, we had in March this year, this trend with tiny people, and everyone was really obsessed about this kind of effects. Then it was super demanding for us to do such advertising content for this brand. Moving forward, please. And here is where we are going today. So this is like the highest quality of AI. This is a product that we have from a client, and we took the product and we put it into different ways, representing the brand. And I wanted to share with you the quality that we can have. It's almost non-distinguishable from the reality. So if I wouldn't be into this space until now, it's super hard to believe that this was AI generated. Moving forward, please. And here I want to share with you one of the influencers. So I'm building also digital personas, including clones. My clone is not ready yet because it takes a while, several days to work on, but it becomes super easily, not super easy, but it becomes much more, you can get to a better quality and a higher quality today with AI, also on the AI video part. And it's true that in the next couple of months, even 1 year from now, most of the content that we are going to see on the social media will be, in terms of 90%, will be AI generated. Next slide, please. This is also another way of doing digital personas. So not only in the technology of video, lip syncing and all these details, we also have the virtual try-on that works very well, and different types of the content. This is a influencer I created like in 2023. I didn't invest it so much time into it personally. I did it for fashion, but the quality was very, very good from the very beginning. As I mentioned, all the algorithms that I've been using and my process also have some proprietary technology that I'm using to obtain the highest quality. The next slide, please. And I believe, like in the future, everyone should think in terms of agentic workflows, because there are plenty of tools today to create an image, to brainstorm, or to create videos. But it's very important for us to keep some logical way of doing things. And personally, for me, I split it into brand, and I was thinking for me and, for instance, for my clients, or when I'm teaching to my cohorts, it's not necessary to keep in mind what kind of tool to use for what, but to get used to have your own creative agents, and at your preference to consider to work with some of these agents. For me, it's very important not to present all the tools that we have for image generation, for instance, or for video generation, but to keep in mind how we can use these tools and what are current challenges and pain points that we are facing into creating a high quality results for our clients, or for our profiles, for our social media. So I truly believe that you need to think in terms of creativity, in terms of these processes to get things done. And behind your processes or workflows, as you want to call them, you will have a team of agents. And for for creating, for instance, something, you can use creative agents not only on the visual part, but also the storyteller to brainstorm, to give you ideas. But you have to say in what direction to provide you ideas. And also you have to have, and it's not bad at all to have a prompt engineer that will help you to produce prompts for generating an image, for generating a video, for generating sounds and music. For me, for instance, I can't generate music without the help of AI, because I don't have the necessary studies in terms of instruments and sounds and everything at that detail level as someone that is working into the industry have. Comparing with the visual part and video part, when I can say, yeah, this is what I know to do without having the need to have an AI to help me to prompt. And also the same tools we can leverage for our marketing purposes, because today is very important for us to be able to promote ourselves better on social media, to help us to write better for our communities, to help us to improve our brand experience and to make our customers happy. And this is the direction where the creative way will go, and we will see that it will become even easier to do it from one single tool rather than to have a large amount of tools as we have today in order to complete a specific creative or marketing task. The next slide, please. And at the end, I wanted from my presentation, to have some key takeaways with you, and to share with you that I strongly believe that the creativity is just a journey. So when we have an idea and leverage different processes, tools, uh, and we combine it with exploration and efforts, it really amplify us and take us from our comfort zone and put us into different places where I don't think I was thinking before that I will get there. And of course, every time it's about the human AI collaboration, and it's just a tool. I was teaching and I was finishing recently the first cohort, and I taught the students exactly the same processes I have, exactly the same tools, the same way of doing things. And I realized that for the same idea, we all got different results. And it's not because AI provide us different results, but because we thought about it into different ways, which is fascinating. And it confirms me once again and all over again that AI is purely just a tool. And no matter how best we know how to use it, it's always also there a human consistent part that we are putting into it in order to have that kind of results. Also, I believe that when you create art, I'm thinking, as I mentioned personally, I'm very attached to the subject of climate change, and I want to have an impact uh, to inspire and to have a power to influence something into climate change specifically for me space, and to inspire the change into that field. So I believe that everything that we create with AI, we should create and we should think how we can have an impact on our society, on our people that we love and work with, and showing with them what are our ideas. And of course, from now on, and you probably already know, as you are also in this super immersive universe, from now on, the future of creativity is really connected and lies into working together and adopting technology more and more in our lives, not to be against it, because I think it's nothing beautiful that takes something new and use it for expressing yourself into new and innovative ways. The next slide, please. As I mentioned also at the beginning of the presentation, the machines, they don't think or feel, they don't have our awareness, but in our hands, they become instruments of beauty. And I truly invite you to explore AI tools or different type of technologies where you are attached to, in order to see what you can create. I truly believe it will change you. It will change your perspective. It will change the way of thinking about things in your life, not only about work, and it will open you a new horizon. This is what I wanted to share with you today. I'm waiting for your questions. I hope you really enjoyed the talk, and yeah, I open the stage for the questions you may have for me.
Thank you so much, Irina. That was amazing. That was wonderful. I love that. Such beautiful creations that you've made, and just, really out of this world, but that's what you can do these days. It was wonderful to see your creativity. And I actually didn't look at your presentation when you shared it with me, because I wanted to be surprised when I watched it today. So I thought it was absolutely incredible. I'm looking forward to hearing from our community. And somebody's got their hand up. Who is it? Sorry, let me see. Who's got their hand up? Somebody has a question, but my thing is not saying who it is. So whoever has their hand up, please go ahead. I think it's you. Hi, Dot.
Wow, for that, to be honest, I stopped it. It was just for the Cannes Lions that I prepared. But this year, I'm doing a very interesting project that I hope to launch it this year. It's a bit hard because it's not only an idea, but it's something very innovative that I'm working on. So I discovered a startup, also founded by a fellow Romanian. She was working, and she has also appeared in AI, but she's not working in the creative space, but in medical space. And what they managed to do, they combine the classical machine learning techniques, AI techniques, with brainwaves technologies. And they manage to train different brains, structures of the brains of different pattern, and they can extract actually up to between 3 and 5 words from your mind. And of course, when I heard that, I said, okay, I would love to connect your headset, because you have to have a neural brain interface, to my one of my systems, my art systems. And I would love one day to be able to do like an installation when I can create in real time an artwork with my mind. I'm working on this for almost 7 months now. uh, it had been a presentation in Paris this year during the AI Action Summit, but not with art. It was mostly the startup presented the brainwaves interface, and it was truly amazing. But I want to take this further, and I want to take it into the art space, because I really believe that today you can really create fascinating experiences for people, even people coming and putting and looking to some paintings, and also having a system that can extract 2 3 words from their thoughts. It's very interesting, and I don't know, maybe we can create also a collective painting based on thoughts. So this is the subject in the art right now that I'm working on, and it's fascinating me, and I found it truly innovative. I never thought that will be possible, like to speak with our minds. And this is the innovation I'm working on. You're very welcome.
Amazing. Does anybody else have a question? Paige, I'd love to hear your feedback on this art and design.
Well, thank you so much, Julie and Dr. Irina. I have been really enjoying this presentation, and the way you said something really quite profound. I felt you said, and I hope that I quote you correctly, you said that AI helps you be your true or most authentic creative self. Would you speak a little bit more about that?
Yes, of course. Indeed, for me as a personal experience, because I'm coming from this field and I know how to paint as well and how to draw. But I believe I never had a chance and support actually to be a very good painter. So my heart was always attached to creating art, but I didn't have the possibilities to do it. And we speak about, even here in Romania, where I come from, it's also about the financial perspectives, because we don't have this field super developed. So when I get back to art in 2019, I felt that was something from me that I stopped during these years and learning about technology, and it really helped me to discover and be authentic. So I said, okay, these are the artworks that I have. They were created at hand, but even if they are not the greatest, this is upon on my own evaluation, I will use them, because I want my artwork that I create with the technology to be part of me, to be like part of my hand. And that's why I truly believe that AI was used, and I use it to truly amplify my limited capabilities. And because you need a lot of time to invest, to paint, and to become someone that, for instance, can exhibit in the museums and have a high quality of the paintings. So I said to myself, I will leverage AI to become one of the best artists in the world. I always receive, and I want to tell you, I'm refusing to be a mixed media artist, and because I know how to paint, and it's not very hard to paint over the paintings that I'm doing with AI. And I refuse to do this because of this. It doesn't fit with my own identity. I don't want to be one of the mixed media artists. I want to be a truly AI artist. This is my background, this is my passion, and this is what truly represents me. And I believe this is what all the artists should be doing. Maybe the 3D artists can leverage AI. It can, based on their previous work, to move forward with their work. And this is my own story. And I've always been great on sketches on fashion, but on the paintings, I don't think in reality by human crafting I didn't I couldn't say that I feel comfortable to say I'm one of the best. But when I started to put AI on in the middle and combine my human craft with it, I said I want to become one of the best in leverage this technology and do what I was not able to do previously.
Thank you for addressing that. I feel very similar as a creator. I'm actually a great painter and design clothing and sketch often and build 3D worlds. But with AI, I feel as though I do it all better. And so it's refreshing to hear that perspective from more people and such a strong affirmation that you gave with it. And I think of this in a time, in context, in a time when many artists are still quite fearful to use AI or feel as though the controversy of it scraping other artists' images holds them back from developing their own voice within AI.
I fully resonate with this. That's why I benefit from my technological background. And I said to myself, everything I'm doing is proprietary. I don't want to risk to use the other people work.
Yes.
And I try to put an effort into this as well. And I truly resonate with what the artistic world is thinking and saying, because it's true. And but there are some techniques that, for instance, uh, you can benefit from a neural network that you have today. You can freeze everything it learned and put your stuff there. This is the easiest way for someone that has no technological background to do it, and create based on your artworks, not only on prompting, but your artworks as your data set, and the prompting and leverage the technology for moving forward, and keeping your artistic signature, keeping that valuable artwork.
What I hear from you, Dr. Rina, is I hear perhaps, and maybe this is true for you and others in the room, that AI is becoming more of a companion rather than a tool.
Exactly. This is the direction we are going into the next couple of months, and will become easier for everyone to have their own personalized assistant, where you won't spend so much time as I did by programming and doing a lot of technical tasks, but it will be easy for you to infuse your artistic way and make that companion to forget the other artist's work and to stay truly on your own data.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much. Please, does anyone else have any thoughts or questions that
I have a question, Paige. This is Christine.
Wonderful.
Dr. Raicu, I mean, all of us in this room, pretty much, we understand like the correlation with AI and art right now and all the amazing things happening. But I'm just wondering, I mean, when you started like over 10 years ago, it looks like, what sparked you to study AI since you were an artist, I assume probably at that time. And then when you did I assume your PhD was in AI study. Like what was the premise? Like, how did you decide to do that? And what did you really want to learn about it at that point?
Well, back in time, I always work in the industry at the same time I was doing my studies. And I wanted also to stay in academia because I'm very passionate about sharing knowledge and teaching. And I started my PhD. My PhD is in language models. It's not in art. So it's a computer science career path in business informatics, and I studied like the grandpa of ChatGPT today, before Transformers. And I didn't start it to learn AI, but I was a very good mathematician. So during my PhD journey, with the initial topic that I started with was related to ontologies, I didn't like it. So I went naturally to the neural networks. And during my PhD, as I mentioned before, I discovered these neural networks. I was almost in my last year, so I was already finishing the experiments that I needed to do. And I had a chance during 2022, during the lockdown, to get more into the art. It was very natural to me to do that, but I think the lockdown opened opportunities to connect with people all around the world. It was also the NFT part that exploded, the metaverse. So I started to exhibit. I started to learn. I started to learn more about art itself, not only in terms of compositions and what I used to know as a self-taught artist, but I wanted to dive more into that path. If you ask me now what changed from now on, myself, I think I refined better my process because I'm much faster now. I managed to overcome the challenges. I managed to work ethically, which was very important to me, to do this and not to have the artworks or the works that I'm doing on AI based on the other artists' works. And I think the principles are staying the same from the very beginning. So if I went there with the motivation to stay in academia to finish a PhD, I had a successful exit, if I can say so, with multiple careers. Now I can also teach. I can also. I think it's very beautiful because I can share also my feelings because I put all my feelings into the artworks and my knowledge with the people. So I'm very happy that I took these both sides. I didn't have so much time for in these past years. I was dedicated myself truly to this space, so I don't think I didn't have so much time to dedicate to my social life, if I can say so. I was very career focused and professional focused, but it really helped me to discover myself from multiple points of view.
That's an amazing journey. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. It was amazing.
Thank you so much, and I'm really happy. And I know Julie, she's amazing as well, and you have an incredible community, and for me it means a lot to hear this.
Oh, that's amazing. It's incredible. I'm just listening to, how the art itself is going to turn into like real-time expressions. That's what you're working on. And I think that'll be really interesting when you can have an exhibit that's, powered by you in the moment and the creativity that can evolve from that. So super excited to see your work come from that. But also fascinating on the brand's adoption and what they're willing to, to open their brand up to that may be different from, anything that they've ever done, like Tommy Hilfiger or, L'Oreal and the VC company that you mentioned as well. So it's really interesting to see the brand impact and the openness to become creative with their brand.
Yeah, and I will add something very interesting here. So all the projects that are coming, and as I mentioned, I have projects from healthcare, from fintech, from banking. All of them involves a major human component, creativity component. So all the people that I'm working with in my agency, because I have these workflows that everyone are using, we are trying, and as I mentioned, we want to be ethical and not to use other brands' data. And we really need to be very careful, especially in high regulated environments like banking. But even in banking, all the outcomes must be creative, and there is a need for an artist in every work that we deliver, and this gives me a lot of satisfaction. And no matter how is market today, like less time to develop or create a campaign in less in 10 days, in not like before in 1 month, for instance, but it's always the artist that is in the middle between the AI and the final outcome. We just leverage AI, but what we deliver to the final customer, no matter if it's a bank, a brand, we must be sure that is aligned to that brand identity and have a creative direction. And this it's a super powerful skill, the creative direction nowadays. So there is no AI without the creative direction.
Right. Yeah, super powerful way to to end this session. Thank you so much, Irina. It's just for everybody's knowledge, it is just after 1 p.m. Eastern, which we're coming to the close of our event today to ensure we respect Irina's time and everybody else here. Thank you for all the hearts and the fireworks and the sparklers. That's great. Irina, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us today. It was enlightening and interesting, fascinating, and it's beautiful all the things that you've created. And I love the climate perspective that you've added into everything here too, because that's we need to keep this planet that we're living on pretty safe. And if we've got creativity right at the core of everything that you're designing, then we're headed in a good place. So thank you so much. Thank you. If you are able to stick around and answer any other questions, if anybody does, but we do like to have a close off of our sessions so that our recorders can capture the recording properly, and we can wish everybody a great day. So thank you, Irina.
Thank you so much, everyone. And please don't hesitate to connect with me. I'm very active on LinkedIn, so I can put my profile into the chat. And the questions are not ending today. So every question you may have, I will be very, very happy to respond and brainstorm with you. So don't hesitate to reach out anytime. I'm here, and I really love to exchange ideas.
Amazing. Well, please join us again anytime you wish. I know it's late for you in Romania right now, but feel free to join us anytime. And we have recorded this session, so we will be putting it onto our YouTube channel for anybody who's missed it, or if you want to listen to it again. And we hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, and thanks to our community for attending today.
Thank you so much.